Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony This Morning Show. I'm Tony T, and on this show today, we'll have picks for you here from this big NBA card, 14 games up there. Also college basketball, 13-game card for the NHL. And, of course, we'll have our parlays at the end of the show. Right now, I'm joined by Rod, so we'll introduce Rod, and we'll get right to picks as we don't waste any time here on the Tony This Morning Show. Rod, what's happening?
Well, not too much, Tony. It looks like we have to dig out after tomorrow's, after yesterday's big blizzard that came rolling through, blowing snow, 90-kilometer-an-hour wind. It was a little nuts here yesterday, so I apologize that we didn't get the happy hour in. Just couldn't get online. It wouldn't let me. It just kept, every time I kept trying to go on, it just was no internet service, no internet. So apologize that those days happen. I love doing the happy hour show, so we'll get back to it Monday. Let's find some winners today on this massive slate. It says 14 NBA, huge college basketball slate, and some great games in today's college basketball, and some great games in the NHL. So let's find some winners for everybody here.
Let's find some winners for everyone today. Let's get rolling here, guys. We'll start it off here with the NBA. We'll knock three at a time here on the blocks here as we get ready here to knock out the NBA. Just a reminder, we're giving you our free picks, but if you want our best bets, head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. That's where you'll find our best bets there. You can see the leaderboards. You can see Rod on the leaderboard here having a fantastic year. About ready to bring in Sean Higgs here in a second, joining us here. He's a monster on these top unit producers. We're going to have the two top unit producers here at Tony'sPicks.com on our show today. Let me give a shout out to Sean. How's it going, Sean?
I'm listening to you guys. I see it's just two. I'm like, and there's a lot to do. So I'm like, you know how it is. It's a crazy Saturday. I'm like, I got to come in here because I can't let the two guys just go at it alone. Normally, I'm like, I'm like papers deep today, but I was like, no way. It can't be a two-man crew. I got to come in.
Appreciate that.
Glad to have you. It gives you a little breathing room. So when you're talking about a game, it's like, okay, you can catch yourself. So yeah, we're glad you're here.
Yeah, I'm trying to like, obviously I'm more college basketball than the other sports here, but like you go over stuff at night, and then in the morning you got to kind of re-go over the lines. There's so many. I'm like, oh, I got 5 in. I loaded up 5 last night, but there's others I'm looking at. Whatever. Let's get the show on the road. That's so much.
Absolutely. Get the show on the road. You can see our top unit producers here with us today. Sean and Ron. There you go. Top units, combined monster units here. Over 5,400 units of profit combined. So guys, get on board with their long-term passes or one-day passes over at Tony'sPicks.com. We'll talk more about that as the show goes on. But as I say, we're giving you our free picks. But if you want our best bets, our pre and plays, get on over to the site, click their links, and get signed up. All right, let's get underway here with the Tony's Picks Morning Show. We'll start here with the NBA. In this card, we got Pacers and Spurs in Paris again, doing this all over again. The Spurs will be dogs here. Pacers 2.5 now in some places, total 232.5. Nuggets and T-Wolves. Nuggets here 4.5 on the road, total 228.5. Celtics and Mavericks. We got the Celtics here 8.5, total 224. Keep a peek on this injury report. Looks like it's clean for both Indiana and San Antonio. Denver just concars, so they'll be clean going in here. Minnesota, no DiVincenzo, no Shannon. Anthony Edwards is hit the injury report as questionable. Let me click his link to see what the word is on. It's an illness. So he's yet to miss a game. So Anthony Edwards may have got hit with the flu. We'll see what the situation is. You got to follow this throughout. This game starts at 3 Eastern, so you got to follow that story as indeed. Celtics, no Peterson, doubtful here, I should say. White, questionable on the Dallas side. So far, no Luka, no Exum, no Lively, no Marshall, no Powell. Clay and Hardy, questionable. So there you're caught up here with the injuries in this block. We start with Rod.
And for the couple I like in the spot, you know what, I'm going to go back to the Pacers here. Spurs ran the Pacers right out of the gym in that one. In the first match, but in the second match, it was close at the break. I think that third quarter, the Spurs just came flying out in that third quarter. I think the Pacers will be ready for them there in the third quarter. I expect a little more defense being played there in that matchup. That first one was a track meet, and I just don't see that same sort of track meet rolling here in this one today. The totals it was a 230, I believe, in that last one. It's up to 232. Trying to put you into that over as well. So give me the Pacers, lay the 2, and I'm also going to take the under in the Pacers and Spurs. I don't think it's the same sort of track meet we've seen in that first meeting. And then the other one I like here, I'll take Dallas plus the 8 I think it's just too many points. We've seen Boston. This road trip continues. I mean, it's been one of those longer road trips for Boston, and we see what they did last game out. I think it's just too many points again. 8. I don't trust Boston laying 8 on the road. I know they usually bounce back following a loss, but how much motivation they got there in that one? Dallas pretty beat up, but 8 points, too many. Give me Dallas plus the 8 in that matchup.
There from Rod on over to Sean.
Yeah, I think we said on the show the other day with this game in France, just jump on some Wemby props. Why not do it again? Look at Wemby, some kind of over combination. Nuggets. I want to take Minnesota. I know Edwards is banged up, but I still have a soft spot for him. I would lean that way. Again, I took the Cavaliers last night, loser there. So that was one of like my 2 NBA picks for the week. So I don't know how many things today after that. But Boston, I was here, right? I said let's take Boston on what was that against the Lakers? Yeah, bad showing there. You think they show up here against a depleted Mavs team, but this is where you think the Mavs like show hard and end up getting a cover. This is way too many guys out. I can't get involved with Boston. Here we go. Team total for Boston. I don't have it right in front of me. I'll look for that on the next as Tony does his stuff, and I'll throw it out here for you.
All right, there from Sean. Tell you what I think here about these games. I'm going to look here at this Spurs team again to do it again. It feels like a home court for this Spurs team, not a neutral court because of Wemby. I mean, the crowds just go nuts over there. So I think the Spurs will feed off that energy from the crowd. Spurs are shooting well over their past 5, 50% overall, 40% from 3. Nuggets and T-Wolves, that's a big number here for Denver to lay on the road. But, man, they're 8-3 straight up on the road against winning teams. Can they cover this number? That's the big question mark. I liked it better at 4, but at 4.5, 5 now at Pinnacle. All right, I'll take Denver here, laying the points there. Try to get the 4.5. This Nuggets team has just been shooting the ball. I mean, right now over their past 5, 54%, 43% from 3. They're defending. I'll look for them in this spot. I'm also going to look at the Mavericks here in this spot. The Dallas reserves have been really playing good defense. That's been the cue for this Mavericks team when they've been out Luka. Okay, you can't shoot the ball. We can't shoot the ball as well, but we're just going to defend like hell, and that's what they've been doing. So I'll look at Dallas here, plus the points to get by on their defense here against the Celtics in this spot. Over the past 5 games, Boston shooting just 45%. Mavericks shooting the ball pretty well here over that period of time, but they've seen better defense from them as well. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. Did you find that number there, Sean?
For Boston, it's 116 and a half. And if you look at their 5-5, their last 10, 92 points, next game 118, 97 points, 120, 97, 121, 96 last night. Here we go. 116 and a half should probably get there after they score under 100. They've been coming back in the 120 range here. So 116 and a half, let's get it.
Indeed, there from Sean. Let's continue here on the Tony Picks Morning Show as we get ready here for the next series of games. This next block, we have Heat and Nets. The Heat 9 on the road, total 209.5. Pistons at the Magic. We've seen this game dip down a little bit from 3 now to 2.5 for Orlando, total 210.5. Pelicans at Hornets. Oh, the Pelicans screwed me over last night, man. That second half just pissed me off. Pelicans here, 4 on the road, total 228.5. Take a look here at these injuries here for the Heat. We know no Butler, Richardson out. On the Brooklyn side, Bogdanovich, Cam Johnson, Lewis, Cam Thomas, Watford out. Simmons questionable, so is Russell. Zaire Williams is probable there. Looking at this Detroit and Orlando game, Ivy we know is out for a few weeks here with that broken leg. Harris out, Suggs, Batazzi, and Cole Anthony here are questionable. New Orleans and Charlotte, Ingram, Jones out, Zion probable. No man for Charlotte. Martin, Curry, Bridges, and Ball questionable. So there you are, caught up with the injuries. On over to Rod.
Yeah, I have to delay it with the Heat and the 9. Just in that spot, you look what Brooklyn's been doing over the last 5 offensively, and it's not been pretty. Those are some pretty ugly numbers. Those look like college team numbers. I think there's some college teams with better field goal percentage shooting-wise over the last 5 games than Brooklyn. Brooklyn's 38.5% shooting, and they're only averaging 89.6 points a game. really tough to win any basketball game when you're only scoring 89.6 points a game in the NBA. It's not the 80s. You didn't hit the Back to the Future little warp back to scoring 90 to get wins. No, I'll lay the 9 with the Heat there in that one. Brooklyn's in trouble there. And then one other one I like in the spot is we did Detroit and Orlando, right?
Or in this block. Yes, they're in this block, yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to take Detroit outright in that one. I just like the way they're playing. Hooping, solid basketball team, scoring some points. And the Magic, you look defensively, not the same Magic team we've seen playing some solid defensive basketball. Those numbers can be had. I like Detroit to come into Orlando and get the outright win. Give me the Pistons on the money line in that one.
There we go from Rod on over to Sean.
Yeah, we'll start with the Pistons as well. I mean, Orlando's lost 5 in a row, 7 of 8, 8 of 10. I mean, like, what are we doing here? You've dropped. How are they favored? No, thank you. I'll take the Detroit side as well. Yeah, part of me is like I want to take Brooklyn with all the Heat nonsense, but I can't even get involved in the team total there. It's 100 for Brooklyn. I don't know if they're going to score 90, 95 points. And New Orleans and Charlotte, you got to love it. You got to love when garbage teams get together to say hello to each other. I mean, 12 and 11 wins. And give me the home dog, 3.5. Give me the Hornies here.
There from Sean, or I tell you what I think about these games. I'm going to go under with Brooklyn and Miami. This Brooklyn team, just these G Leaguers just can't. They're having trouble shooting the basketball. Remember, they moved out 3 guys from their rotation, right, in trades. Finney Smith, they moved out Mikal Bridges, they moved out Dennis Schroeder. So now they're real, and of course now Cam Thomas, Cameron Johnson not playing. So all you got is just a bunch of backups and G Leaguers. So it doesn't look very good here for this Brooklyn team. The Heat team here, the Nets over there, as Rod just gave you those numbers, those shooting numbers over their past 5, it's really bad here for this. If you want to know the difference between the G League and the NBA, in the G League, there is no defense. There's no wing defense. So every shot's an open look, pretty much. So now in the NBA, you're getting contested shooting the basketball there. And then New Orleans and Pelicans, I'm going to go with the Pelicans here. I just don't trust this Charlotte team shooting the basketball. There's a little bit more talent there shooting the ball here with New Orleans. They did put up some points on Memphis last night, so I'll take them. Both teams in back-to-backs in this spot, so I'll take a look at them here. Pistons and the Magic here. I think this is the game the Magic get it together. They got their guys back. Franz Wagner, this is his second game back. They've had a practice yesterday. They've covered 9 of 12 after a home game. I think this is a spot where Orlando turns it around. They got their guy back. This is the second game back. That's when I really like to take a team with a major player coming off injury is game 2 in their return. So I'll look at Orlando in this spot. Get back to their ways where they defend and shoot efficiency here. Detroit having issues over their past 5 games hitting threes. And I'll look at Orlando in this spot. Let's continue here on the Tony Skmore Show with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time as we get ready for the next series of games from this card from the NBA. Next up, we have Raptors at Hawks again. Hawks 4, total 234.5. Kings and MSG to face the Knicks. This one's come down. We've seen 6s. We even saw a 6.5 early this morning. It's come down. We've got now Knicks 5.5, total 233.5. Rockets at Cavs. This one here now Cleveland 3.5 from an opener of 3. Total sits here 228. We'll take a look here at the injuries, see what's going on this early in the betting cycle in these games. With Toronto, no Olenek, no Quickly, no Agbaji out for Toronto. On the Atlanta side, Jalen Johnson out, Rasacher out, Zeller out, Trae Young questionable, Nance and Capella are probable. Houston and Cleveland, just Jabari Smith remains out. Travers out for Cleveland. No, Okoro, Mobley, and LeVert are questionable. Dean Wade probable there. On the Kings and Knicks side, Fox has just hit the injury report as questionable. What's going on with Fox here? Dean questionable here. Right thumb sprain. So that's something that just hit the report just not too long ago here. Robinson, McCullough out for New York. Josh Hart has hit the injury report here with a knee, questionable with the knee there. So that's the word on Hart for the Knicks, although we know Sacramento's had some success without Fox in the lineup, but we'll see how that goes throughout the day. So we got you covered in this block. On over to Rod.
Yeah, you're looking at the Kings. Some half decent ball, but not New York. They don't fare so well heading to New York. Their last 4 trips into New York, they got beat by 11, they got beat by 13, they got beat by 20, and they got beat by 19 in their last 4 trips into New York. All double-digit wins for New York. So I'll take the Knicks and lay the 5.5, 6 in that one. I think they cruise the win over the Kings, who we know don't play a whole lot of defense. Kind of lead to an over as well, but in that one. But give me the Knicks in that matchup, and then I'm going to take the under in Toronto and Atlanta. I'm going to look at Traer, and I know both these teams don't play a whole lot of defense. You look at the Raptors of the season, giving up 118 points a game. Well, Atlanta's giving up 119 points a game. That's about right where this number is. At 236.5. I see it in most books. Both these teams turn the ball over at a high rate. Shooting wise, they shoot all right offensively, but I don't think it gets into a giant track meet and we get into the 240s. I think we cruise under the 236.5 in that one. Give me the under. Toronto, Atlanta.
Yeah, that's from Rod on over to Sean.
All right. Toronto wins on the road, second time all year, 2-19. You got to think the Hawks bounce back here. That's just embarrassing. So I would lean Atlanta there. I'm against Rod there just because I'm an anti-Nick guy, going back to John Starks and Anthony Mason. So give me the Kings. And this Cavalier line, someone asked me this the other day, like, oh, what do you think about Houston Cavaliers after Houston beat them? I thought this line would be like 7 at home for Cleveland, especially off 2 losses here. 3.5. Why do I see why this feels like a sucker play? Like I want to take Cleveland so bad, but I don't. 3.5. Obviously,
I think it's also too. In fact, you got Cleveland on the back-to-back and 2 days rest for Houston here.
Yeah, but still, that's Cleveland. Listen, I thought Cleveland's a pretty good team. I look at this line there, Tone. It's like you lost at the 10-point fave last night. Yeah, you got blown out late, and they come home and it's 3. I want to take Cleveland, but the line tells me it's the Rockets all day here. So there's that one.
There from Sean.
Right,
all right.
all 3? Yeah.
You got all 3? Okay. I'll tell you what I think here about these games in this block. I'm going to come back here with Toronto. I like what I'm seeing with this Toronto team. They've gotten some of their shooters back healthy, and we're seeing that improvement. Hawks have had struggles covering the spread at home against these good shooting teams, hitting 46% or greater, just 4-7 to the spread. Toronto has covered 4 or 5. I'll come back on Toronto. Also going to come back on Houston. I just mentioned that the situation here with a 2-day rest advantage for Houston. I think they can take advantage of this. Cleveland on the road yesterday, back-to-back, and then Houston with 2 days off. We have another spot with a team coming in with there'll be another situation like that here with a team with 2 days off facing a team on a back-to-back. But you look at the Rockets; they've been shooting the ball very effectively. They've covered 4 of their past 5 on the road. I'll look at them in this spot. Got to look at the Kings. The coaching change to me has been a big difference for this Sacramento Kings team. 4-7 to the spread at home against winning teams. They had struggles in spots at Denver. I'm not going to, Denver, they went into elevation, got beaten by Denver. Then they got blown out against Milwaukee in at the end of a long road trip. But I think they'll be ready for this one. You're giving me a lot of points here. I agree with the line move, although I saw it 6.5 early and then coming back down to 5.5. But I'll look here at this Kings team. The Knicks are just too inconsistent for me to back them. There have been a lot of spots where they've just been no-shows at home. They failed to cover 4 or 5, 4-7 to the spread at home against winning teams. Give me the Kings here at plus the points. All right, let's continue here on the Tony This Morning Show as we get ready for the next series of games, and they will be. We've got the Sixers at the Bulls here. The Bulls going to lay 4 to 3.5, total 230.5. Jazz at the Grizzlies. Grizzlies 11, total 246. Your ABC game tonight. ABC back on 8:30 again now. Football, no more football on Saturdays. So ABC has this one. Lakers and Warriors. Lakers 1.5 or a point on the road, total 218. Let's keep an eye on some of these injuries here in this block of games. All right, in the Philadelphia-Chicago game, Embiid out, KJ Martin doubtful, Martin, Lowry, and Drummond questionable. On the Bulls side, Craig and Kobe White out, Duarte and Dosunmu questionable. We've got in this block Utah and Memphis. We've got Williams, Juzang, Collins, Clarkson out. Sensabaugh the really good shooter off the bench. He's probable. On the Memphis side, I'm still showing Williams, Spencer, Smart, Morant, Aldama out. LaRavia questionable. So Morant's still showing out. And this one, remember, he has that illness, so maybe it's contagious. Stay away from it. Don't spread this to everybody. Hood, Safino, Wood out. James and Davis probable. So that means that Vanderbilt returns to the lineup, maybe off a bench role for the Lakers. So Vanderbilt, someone who's lived on the injury report the last 2 years, is going to possibly make a return tonight. We'll see. On the Warriors side, no Green, Kuminga, Anderson questionable, Wiggins, Podziemski on the mend here, probable, Payton probable there. So there you are for these games on this block. Over to Rod.
Yeah, looking at the first one, looking at Philadelphia taking on the Bulls here in this one. Philadelphia in the back spot. I would lead to Philadelphia plus 4.5. I just don't trust the Bulls to be laying big numbers. But I do like the under in that one, 230.5. You know, the Bulls usually don't play a whole lot of defense, but look what they've done over the last 5 games. They've actually picked up their defensive play. It's been the 76ers who, over the last 5 games, given up 53.4% shooting. But the problem is on their side, the Bulls don't shoot the ball very well. They're only hitting 43.8% of their shots. And I think this is the first to $110. If we see that, you look at the last one, 5 head-to-head, and none of them will win over this total between these two teams. So give me the under in that matchup. And then another one in this time spot that I'm looking at is I'm going to lay the 1.5 with the Lakers. Golden State, they've been up and down. They've looked half decent in their last couple games. Hanging with Sacramento, getting the cover, getting the win against the Bulls, but that one was pretty much ugly by the Bulls. But the Lakers, you see what they've been doing, and they've been quietly winning some basketball games, winning 4 of the last 5, and you only have to lay a 1.5. I'll lay the 1.5 with the Lakers. I know it's on the road, and I'm not happy laying it with the Lakers, but I will. Give me the Lakers there, lead. I think you can get the Warriors. You know they've got up for that game.
And there we go from Rod on over to Sean.
Yeah, I hate giving the Lakers any kind of credit, but they've been playing well here. That being said, are these guys all going to play tonight? That's the thing. I can't give it. If LaFloppy and AD suit up, I'd lean Lakers here just because they've been playing better overall. The Jazz and Memphis, I look at this biggest total. I mean, a 246. I'm not scared. Over the total. And Bulls and Sixers. I mean, Sixers, like Rod said, do you trust the Bills laying 4.5? I mean, do you trust the Sixers have 2 games in a row? Like, where did last night's game come from? No, thank you. That'll just be – I look at that as 2 teams I don't know what I'm going to get out of. That's a clear no thank you play for me. No thanks.
There from Sean. Tell you what I think about these games. Yeah, Philadelphia team, a tough one to play. I'm only looking at Chicago because of the rest advantage here. Just the team with the energy, maybe just roll in the second half, maybe a second half play on Chicago with the Sixers' legs dead. So I'll look at the Bulls here in this one. This is another one of those spots here where we talked about a team coming in here with 2-day rest advantage. That's Utah. They have 2-day rest advantage against a Memphis team on the back-to-back. Grizzlies put a lot of energy into that second half to make that massive comeback against the Pelicans. Jazz have covered 15 of 24 on the road. They have, in their past 5 games, they've shown a little better defense. This is one of those you hold your nose and you need clothespins to help because you're going to have taken Utah here at plus the points. 2-day rest advantage there. It's like that spot for Utah. I'm going to take Golden State. I just don't trust this Lakers on the road. 2-7 to the spread on the road against good 3-point shooting teams that hit 36% or better. They got Podziemski back in the lineup, looks like probable, so he's heading the right direction. And the Lakers' road defense, atrocious. We look at the road defense, 49% shooting, 38% from 3. They don't shoot the ball very well on the road. That Boston game was a spot for the Lakers. LeBron, everybody had energy. The crowd had the energy. I mean, I couldn't believe the line moved to 6.5, but I thought about, everybody under 40 was betting the Celtics. Everybody over 40 was betting the Lakers because they know the history between these teams, right? We got to remember that. There's a lot of young guys out there that don't know what the hell happened. They don't understand the Boston-Laker rivalry, right? So I'll look at the Warriors in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Picks Morning Shows. We continue on with the games here to close out NBA with Wizards and Suns Oh, those Wizards, boy. My God. Phoenix 14, the total 232. A good one tonight, late night tonight. Bucks at Clippers. The Clippers 3 and 2.5 in some spots. Total 226.5, creeping to 227 now in some spots. We started off with Rod.
Yeah, looking at this one, hey, there's another one of those. Look, we're shooting 39.9% shooting, and you got to try to beat a Suns team that's shooting 49.5%. So almost 10% better than what you are, and defensively a good 5 points percentage better. Washington giving up about 120 points a game on the road, 121 versus the Western Conference, 124. As much as I don't want to lay that many points with the Suns, I think you got to. I think they whoop it up on Washington. I think they're definitely in tankathon mode. Give me Phoenix there, lay the points. And then the last one to close it out. You know, I'm going to take the Clippers. Lay the 3 with the Clippers. The Bucks coming into town. I think it's one of those spots that the Clippers get up 4. And we get ourselves one heck of a game. Probably see a few lead changes go back and forth on that matchup, but the Clippers pull it out late and get the win and cover for us in that one.
Yeah, they gave a good game with both teams rested, which is very rare you see on these West Coast games. There's always somebody on a back-to-back, but that you got rested squads there. On over to Sean.
Yeah, let's look at this Washington team. As we're talking about the Nets being bad. At least they had Durant and Kyrie. They tried. They were going for it. Guys get hurt. They make a trade for Benson. What the hell was Washington doing? Like, look at this freaking hot mess of a squad. This is just disgraceful. It's just more contraction. I want contraction in MLB. I want it in the NBA. How the heck are you this freaking bad? I mean, you're all right.
They're the Donald Sterling Clippers. That's what they are.
I mean, what the heck? Anyway, Suns first half 8.5. I know they're back off a road trip, but you figure it'd come out early here, right? Yeah, you last played on 22nd. You get home late. A day under your belts. But how about a Suns under 123? Even with these guys getting crushed, only 2 teams have 3, because Sacramento put 123 up on them. But I could see this being like a 117-94 kind of game. So I think Suns kind of running up first half, right? Get out to a big lead, 58-36 or some kind of crap there. I don't know if Washington shows up, and then, keep a D under there. And game number 2, we got Bucks and the Clippers. That's a nice little matchup there. It's a little better than this one here with Washington.
Oh yeah.
I want to lean to the dog here with the Bucks. Playing well. First game on a roadie. It's Clippers. Still have wins. It's not as much as they're. Kawhi doesn't play, and there's we got rid of Paul George. Their record is just as good as the Bucks. All that being said, though, give me Milwaukee here in the points.
They're from Sean. Let me give you the injury updates in these games. No Bagley, no Bay, no Brockton for Washington. Beal is upgraded to probable, so we might have the big 3 in there for Phoenix tonight. Yeah, Beal comes in to play against Washington. I can pad my stats in this one. In the Milwaukee game, no Green out for Milwaukee. Giannis, Middleton probable. Dunn and Tucker doubtful. Miller questionable. Tucker's out. Sorry, Tucker and Dunn out here, and Miller questionable. So it looks like we'll have healthy squads in this game between Milwaukee and the Clippers. And again, no back-to-back rested squad. This is the game of the night, no doubt there. But let's start with this this train wreck known as Washington, the 90s Sterling Clippers all over again. Looking at this, the Washington last in road offensive efficiency. They're the worst offensive team on the road. They are getting outscored here by 18 points a game whenever they play somebody from the West. And the Suns have been shooting the ball really well over their past 5 games. Wizards, after a road loss, 1/8 of the spread on the road. So they usually compound road losses. It's just I can only look at Phoenix on a pound spot there, smash spot there for Phoenix. Yeah, I'm with Sean here with the Bucks here. Boy, these teams, when you look at their stats over the past 5, they're very close. The one thing that Milwaukee is doing a lot better than the Clippers is making threes. You look at the Bucks over their past 5 games, 42% from three. Their big guy can make threes. Zubac can't make threes for the Clippers. So to me, the 3-point shot here from the Bucks are falling in. That could be the difference between this game. So that's how I see it. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show as we'll flip over to college hoops here on this card tonight. I always have my times written for. I always keep the time slots written for Saturday's college basketball card because it's always a long and lengthy card here. But just a reminder, guys, we're giving you our free picks. And if you want our best stuff, make sure you visit Tony'sPicks.com and get our best picks up there. You can see our two top leaderboard performers here. Our two top performers for the year are on our show today, both Sean Higgs and Rod Zawacki. They're combining for over 5,500 units of profit. We have a 2-for-1 cap promotion. Get a long-term pass, match both Sean and Rod, and you got our 2 unit leaders for the year, and you're set to go there. So get on board at Tony'sPicks.com. Click the link in the description. Get on over there. Get signed up. That's where our best stuff is. Continue here on the free picks here on the Tony's Morning Show. Let's go to college hoops. And in our first block, we're going to cover the games beginning at 12 p.m. Eastern, all the way to the games that start at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. So 12 p.m. Eastern to 3:30 p.m. Eastern. We start with Rod.
All right, so I'm going to go to 3:30 and work my way back. First one I'm looking at here in this time spot. Give me Rice. You're only laying a point with this Rice team at home. Tulane, they're in trouble in that game, in that matchup. Tulane can play some solid defensive basketball, but the problem is that Rice is bigger than you. And when teams a lot bigger than you, they're going to out-rebound you. And that's a big problem there for Tulane in that matchup. Rice is going to win a huge lopsided rebounding battle in that matchup. I'm going to lay the point with Rice in that one. Tulane versus good rebounding teams. They haven't fared so well. 3-16 ATS in their last 19. So lay the point with Rice in that one. And then I'm looking at where's so many games here. So many games on the board today. I like Bradley here against Illinois State. Look at the Redbirds. Hey, they've been a solid cover team, 12-7 against that number. But this Bradley team is way better offensively. I'm just going to run you right out of the gym. I got Bradley by double digits, so I only have to lay 8. I will. Give me Bradley, lay the 8 in that matchup. And I like a track meet here in between Monmouth and William and Mary. Totals at 154 in that matchup. I think both offenses could definitely run and gun. We know William and Mary loves to shoot the 3, and they love to pick up that pace. They're at home, so I think they drag Monmouth up and down the floor with them, and we get up and over that 154 in that matchup. And then another one I'm looking at here is Iowa State heading into Arizona State. You look at this Arizona State team, and solid basketball team. Their last time out, they held only 33% shooting for their opponent. Arizona looked real good, and Arizona State looked real good in that one. The 12-6 against the number, you're going to give me 10? I know Iowa State's been good, but 10 points good? Give me Arizona State plus the 10 in that matchup. And then one more I'm looking at. Give me Michigan State heading into Rutgers. I just love Michigan State, the way they've been playing. They've played some solid defensive basketball, holding teams to under 40% shooting, 39.9 to be exact for Michigan State. And then when it comes down to a close game late, well, I trust Michigan State and their free throw shooting. They've got 7 guys that are hitting over 80% on the charity line, so it doesn't matter who you foul on Michigan State late. They can still hit those free throws, and that's massive. So lay the 5.5 there with Michigan State heading into Rutgers. And then one more I like here. Give me Providence at home. It's just a spot. I don't trust the Hoyas on the road. It's a 1-point thing. 1-point game. I think that line is inverse because I think Providence opened as a dog in that matchup. But just Providence at home, I trust them there in that one. It's going to be a good game to kick off the day. Back and forth. I think we see a few lead changes between Georgetown and Providence, but after the dust settles, give me Providence to get the win outright in that one.
There from Rod. We'll move on over to Sean for the game speaking at noon Eastern to 3:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I'm keeping it just short little 3-pack here. We'll keep it in the top 25 mode. 1 o'clock, we got South Carolina and Mississippi State. Home dog plus 7.5. South Carolina. Vandy, Kentucky. Kentucky, it was 3.5. I see plus 2s now. So at the 230 tip, give me Vandy there. And Texas and A&M, 230 tip off there. Texas at home, money line, minus 115. A&M, never in doubt winner the other night. They were, money line winner there. Nice. Only lead of the game with a second left as they hit a 3-pointer there to win the game. So a lot of it, they did that. They beat Texas by 20 on the road last month or a couple weeks ago, whatever. So Texas revenge. Vandy home dog there. They're scrappy, play tough at home. Again, short line too. Kentucky's good. Change the coaches. We've talked about Michigan changing the coach. Kentucky, same thing. Great job. And Carolina, I'm just gonna take the points. I think it's worth a shot there at 7.5. Again, so many games. I'm again, even for myself, it's like a lot of work. I don't want to overwhelm everybody. We had a few. I'm with Rod on that Providence Georgetown as well too. You like that one? I like that too, Rod.
Yeah, love Providence there at home.
They're from Sean. Yeah, I'm going to agree with Sean here with Texas here. Texas A&M, just a poor shooting team in the conference. Away from home, just 39%. Longhorns can shoot the ball a little bit at home here, and they make their free throws 81% in the SEC. Tight game like that, you want that team that can make 80% or better. I'm going to look at Kentucky in this spot. Just when you look at the Commodores here, their defense in the conference is what scares me here, allowing 49% shooting against the SEC this year. So I'll look at Kentucky, a team that has shot the ball very well this year in conference at 49%. Vandy just 41% shooting. So I'll look at Kentucky in that spot. Let's continue here on the 26th morning show as we get ready here for the next series of games. In this block, we covered the games beginning at 4 p.m. Eastern time to 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. There's a lot at 4. So 4 p.m. Eastern to 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. We start with Rod.
First one, I'm going to start with, I like the over between Manhattan and Mount St. Mary's. It's at 149.5. Both these teams can definitely get up and down the court and pile in the points. So give me the over 149.5. I got that one easily into the 150s. So value there. Take the over. Manhattan and Mount St. Mary's. And then looking at, give me Minnesota as a home dog. I don't trust the Ducks coming in there to be laying 4.5 on the road in that one. Minnesota at home. Seeing what they just did last game, I think they carry that momentum into this one here. And you get over a possession with the Gophers at home. I'll take it. Give me the 4.5 there with Minnesota. And then, what time did you go to?
Went to from 4 p.m. Eastern to 5:30 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. Just don't want to jump a slot because I'm going the other way. I'm going to lay the 11 with Duke. I just don't trust Wake Forest offense enough to be able to keep up with Duke. I think Duke turns that into a track meet. They've been blowing teams out by double digits. I just don't think Wake Forest can hang with Duke. So I'll lay the 11 there. I think it's a 15 to 18-point win in that matchup. And then one more I'm looking at in this time spot. You know what? I think I got to go with Virginia Tech here. Clemson's coming to town and laying 9. I think it's just too many in that matchup. I'll take the home dog. It's a 9. I think Clemson wins the game, but it's probably a 4 or 5 point win for Clemson in that matchup. Virginia Tech can keep it close, keep the crowd into it, as they say. Give me the 9 points with the home dog there in Virginia Tech. And then give me the no, that's the next time slot. Oh wait, almost up to time slot.
All right, we'll move on over to Sean. Games beginning at 4 p.m. Eastern time and to 5:30 p.m. Eastern time.
All right, we're gonna start at 4 o'clock. We got Drake over 119.5. I mean, the last game they went to overtime with 80 each, and they were still at over this total at the end of regulation. I don't understand. I'm trying to see if we were missing 6 of the 10 starters for the game between the two teams. Over 119.5 there for me. Eastern Kentucky added game slot 4 p.m. plus 3.5 at home versus Gulf Coast. And at 4:30, Utah and Baylor. I'm torn here because Utah scored 36 points their last game, so I kind of want to take them as a 2-point puppy here. But let's just go under the 144 because Utah is not really a great scoring club as it is. Even off a bad loss, I kind of lean that way, but under 144 because Baylor's going to come out. This game's going to be like a 70-66 kind of game here. So give me the under this Utah-Baylor game here, 144. If you want to sprinkle Utah off of scoring 36 points, probably worth a shot as well, I think.
There from Sean. I'm with Sean on the under and Baylor and Utah under the total 144. Utah 6-1 in the under in conference play. Baylor 5-2 the under in conference play. We're looking at a Utah team that's 15th in offensive efficiency in the conference, a high turnover team. They can't make threes. They can't make free throws. I'll look at the under there, green there with Sean in that one. Duke and Wake Forest. I'm going to take it here with Wake Forest. I know there's not too many blemishes on the Duke side. When you look at their numbers, even in conference, pretty strong. The only blemish you see there is they don't pressure the ball enough. They don't force turnover. And that's something I always worry about, because when you don't pressure the ball, you're going to allow the offense to make moves to the basket, pass, and all that great stuff. They do allow 36% from three. And look at the Wake Forest side. I mean, my goodness, a good shooting team inside. They make free throws. You look over their past 5 games, Demon Deacons, 49% shooting, 41% from three. We're not asking you to, and they've covered in their past 5 games, they've covered 4 with a push. We're not asking you to win. Just cover this 11 and a half. I think I saw early this about an hour ago on this one. So I'll go ahead and look at take the points here with Wake Forest based on really some of the numbers I threw out there in that block. All right, we got through that spot. Yep, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show as we get ready here for the next series of games. So in this block, we're covering a lot of the beefy games here in prime time. 6 p.m. Eastern time to 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. We start with Rod.
Hey, we'll go looking at these 8:30 ones. This is pretty good. All the way up to 8:30, so everything before 8:30, right?
No, game starting at 6 p.m. Eastern time to the game starting at 8:30 Eastern time. So that includes 8:30 Eastern time. Yeah,
include a couple at 8:30 there. Okay, some big games at 8:30. That's why I was asking. There's like 4 or 5 games that are really good in that time spot. You know what? Give me the over Alabama, LSU. That's going to turn into a track meet. We know Alabama just loves to run a gun up and down the court. LSU can hang with them at 167. That's not enough. We cruise into the 170s in that matchup. And then I'm looking at Washington State back at home where they play their good ball. I'm going to take Washington State plus the 6 in that matchup at home. You gave me 6 with the home dog. I'll take it. I know St. Mary's on the road's they've been hooping better than what they have at home in covering numbers, but covering 6 on the road, no, give me the Cougars in that one. And then another one I'm looking at here is give me the over 141 between UConn and Xavier. I don't think a whole lot of defense is going to be played there in that matchup. Run a gun up and down the floor with those two. We get over the 141 in that matchup. And then Gonzaga laying monster number in that one. Give me the over between Gonzaga and Portland at 160.5. That's too light of the total there. You know, Gonzaga's got a good shot to score 100 in that one. So you only need about 60 for Portland. Yeah, they can do that. Give me the over Gonzaga and Portland. And one more. Give me Austin Peay heading into Northern Alabama. You know, Northern Alabama 12-6 on the year, covering some spreads, but 12.5 is just too many. Give me Austin Peay plus the 12.5 as a little road dog in that one.
There from Rod. We move over to Sean in this spot. The games beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and including the games all the way to 8:30 p.m. Eastern time.
All right. First one on the board here, West Virginia K-State. How about a under 132.5 here for that matchup? 130. Yeah, there's a 133.5. I think you can find 130 for the under in that one. Ole Miss and Mizzou. Again, I'm trying to stick to marquee kind of stuff because I'm still digging into everything else here. Man, this was a -1 last night. It's a 3.5. This is almost where I want to say the same thing about when I took A&M plus the points here on the road. It could be a close game. You're gonna get 3.5. I'll take the points, and the opener number was a little better than this one. So 3.5. Give me some Ole Miss. I like Houston over Kansas. I wish I had them +1. Now they're favored. I just, Kansas still a really good team. Maybe it's because I'm a Houston guy now. Give me Houston here. And that's about it. I do like Xavier. Or is that 8? That's 8 o'clock. No, we're still good. Xavier,
good.
Home Xavier here. Let's money line it. Let's not worry about winning by a point here. 120. We'll go that route. And I like LSU, right? We could go to 8:30, or is that the closing window?
No, you can do it. Include 8:30.
All right. Excellent. Let's go. We'll take LSU plus the 18. And I'm going to Auburn. Like, this line's come down. I see 5.5s out there.
Yeah.
Man, I like Tennessee, but Auburn just seems to be playing at different levels sometimes. Give me the Tigers there. There you go.
There from Sean. All right, see what I think about these games. Yeah, I like Houston here as well in this spot. You can even money line them, not lay the 1.5. You got like a Houston team tops in defensive efficiency in the conference. The issue I have with Kansas, 6th in offensive efficiency in the Big 12. This is a team that's usually around number 1 or number 2 shooting team in the conference. They're 6th in offensive efficiency right now, just 29% from 3. This team not shooting the ball like they used to here. We know they defend well, but the Cougars over their past 5 games shooting 46%. I'll look at the Cougars there, and I'm with Sean. I like Auburn. This is their spot, right? The coach, they get this primetime ESPN game. This is their spot. The crowd gets crazy. They lose their mind. Their head coach loses their mind as well. This is a really good defensive team, and they'll have their A game here. ESPN 8:30 Eastern time, your primetime game. The defense will show up here for the Tigers. The issue I have here with Tennessee, when you look at their conference numbers, just 39% shooting in conference, and Auburn hitting 49%. That's a big discrepancy in shooting in conference right now. I got to look at Auburn as well in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony This Morning Show as we close out college hoops with the games here in the later slate. These are the games beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern time, all the way to the final game at 10:30 Eastern time. So 9 p.m. Eastern to 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, covering the rest of the games. We started off here with Rod. And
for me, looking at these games, I like the over between Grand Canyon and Utah Tech. It's going to turn into a track meet. 149. That's too low of a total. Give me the over 149 in that matchup. And then you can look at UC Riverside heading into CSU Bakersfield. UC Riverside's definitely they've got 2 big wins under the belt, feeling confident about themselves, and only have to lay 1. I'm not going to worry about the 1. Lay the money line. I think UC Riverside comes in and beats CSU Bakersfield in that matchup. And then the one I like later in this time spot is where is it? We should have a good one. I don't know. Why is Cincinnati getting 7 on the road? I don't know. Because they haven't been great on the road. I'm going to take it. Give me Cincinnati plus the 7 on the road in that one. I think they can keep it closer. Cincinnati can play some solid defense in that one. You look 15-3 to the under this season. I love the Bearcats defensively. I think they can hold BYU down and get us a cover in that one. I don't know if they get the outright, but I'll take the Bearcats plus the 7 in that matchup.
There from Rod on over to Sean. Games beginning at 9 Eastern time, all the way to the last game at 10:30 Eastern time.
Give me some UTEP here, 4.5 against Kennesaw. The old Tim Hardaway UTEP 2-step. Let's go. Old school there. I do kind of like Northridge here, getting a bunch of points from San Diego, 10 points there. Sign me up at that one. I want to go over Pacific and Pepperdine, 147.5. And I disagree with Rod here. BYU laying 7. It looks easy to take Cincy. But then I look at Cincy on a couple of these games. Now, granted, Kansas and Baylor, not on that kind of level, but you can't even score 50 sometimes. They have trouble scoring. That's why they're getting 7.5. I don't know. It seems too easy there. I'll go BYU. I'll go BYU.
There from Sean. I'll tell you what I like in these games. I'm going to take Nevada. I know Nevada has not been a very good spread team, but this number is just low. They got low here. Nevada laying 3.5 here against San Diego State, a team that's really struggling shooting the basketball. This is not the same. This is a rebuilding squad here for San Diego State. Showed some promise here in the early non-conference, but here in conference play, they are 10th in effective field goal shooting in the Mountain West. Just 29% from 3, 49% inside, 65% at the line. Nevada, a better shooting team. I know Nevada, again, they're another team that's underperforming, but I'm going to take them here in this home spot lane, this short number. And Cincinnati BYU, under. Cincinnati just can't shoot. And when you get Cincinnati away from home, off their home court, 7-0 to the under. Right. And that's the thing here. The Bearcats, and they've gone under in 6 of their 7 games in the conference as well for the Bearcats. Even at home, they go under in this spot. Their issues here is 26% from 3, 48% inside. They can't make free throws. They do defend. That's the strength for them is defending there. And BYU is another team that can't make free throws either, 66%, but they've been strong on the defensive side of the ball. So I'll look here at the under there, Cincinnati and BYU. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Hicks Morning Show as we'll turn our attention to NHL. Just a reminder, guys, we're giving you our free picks. But again, if you want our best plays, click the link in the description. That'll take you over to Tony'sPicks.com. We're a multi-capper site showcasing top performers in our industry. Click the handicappers links and get signed up to their packages. You can see our top 2 unit performers are here. Sean and Rod, top 2 unit performers here on the show right now, giving you your free picks. You want the best stuff? Go on the site and sign up. We have a 2-for-1 capper promotion. You can match Rod and Sean to a long-term pass there. Also includes late steam plays. Your members plays in by 11 a.m. Eastern time. Late steam, cappers handicap throughout the day and night, finding new winners. And those late steams are emailed to your inbox using the email that you use for signing up on the show. And I'll give a shout out to our man, Ron Hahn, who's having a good NBA year there. You see him in the chat as well. So come on, let's continue here on the Tony's Picks and Morning Show as we'll turn our attention over next to the NHL here. And
hey, Tony,
yep.
I'm going to roll out. I have no hockey. I didn't even look. I'm not going to pretend to go through every single game on a thing, and I want to still dive into the little college hoops. But I got my little 3-pack for the end of it. Can I give that now?
Yeah, let everybody know what you got over at Tony's Picks right now. Sean Higgs right now, unit leader over at Tony's Picks.
All right, so listen, I went 0-1-2 the other day and 0-3 the other day. So 21-12 with the little 3-pack. Again, I like to say do them straight. Don't parlay them up. We're going to go Boston, as I said, team total over 116.5. Sixers. Suns, team total under 123. And in college hoops, Texas Longhorns, money line minus 115. There you go. I have 6 games on the slate for college hoops. I didn't put a package up yet because I'm still at it. I'm trying to – nothing in early action, but there's that. No NBA, no hockey, just basketball in this puppy up, and NFL's up for tomorrow, Tone. So we're ready to go.
That's
Rod,
right.
Tony, good luck today. Thanks for having me on. Sorry for the ice, people. No ice. I'm college basketball for me. You see the leaderboard. I like the college basketball more than any other sports.
Look at this. Top 2,000 units in profit for the year. Last 30 days for Sean and college hoops there. All documented. All these plays are documented. Also doing great on the ice. Great in the NBA. All the green. Winning the green there from Sean.
I'm not going to force the green. I'm not going to do that. I can't do it. NHL, I didn't look. I can't come in and give my thoughts. That's not fair.
That's right. You can see that. You can see the pick discrepancy here. Sean with almost 100 plays in college hoops already. So you know where he's focusing on today. The 132 games in college hoops. That's where you're getting his action. He's already locked and loaded with his NFL games tomorrow. But the best bet now is just go ahead and get a long-term pass from Sean. You can see he's got. You want to try him out? Get that 3-day All Sports pass there. Get on board with him with that, or you can choose the 1-day passes up there. Remember, the 1-day passes are profit guarantee. They must turn a profit, or the amount purchased will be credited back to your account for side credits. That's profit guarantee. Sean has been crushing the man since the early 90s, and here in 2025, still crushing the man, as you can see right here on the leaderboard. So Sean is just cranking right there. So get on board with Sean over at Tony's Picks. All right, Sean, as always.
People probably don't even know what that means, the man. They're like, what are you talking about? That's what the book was called back in the day. What is the man? I got to see the man. That's
you're pounding the app. You're pounding the app.
Now you're pounding the app. I've been pounding the app since 2016. Can you imagine? I love being old. I do.
That's
all right,
right.
John. Good luck to you today. Thanks for having me.
Good luck to you, John. Thanks for coming on. Sean Higgs on the Tony Hicks Morning Show. All right, let's continue on as we turn our attentions now over to the NHL. Hockey now, and of course, Rod will be carrying the load today on the ice. So we'll start here, Rod, with the matinees. Okay, the games at 107 to 407. We got the Avalanche at Bruins here. Avs laying $37, total 6. Sabres and the Oilers. We got the Oilers $2.50, total of 6. Penguins and the Kraken. We've got $1.06 on both sides, total 5.5. These are the matinees for today, Saturday.
So for me, looking at these matinee ones, you look at Colorado heading into Boston. What we heard yesterday was Colorado trading their one of their goal scorers away. Mikko Rantanen is now a Carolina Hurricane. Colorado got a defenseman back in place. There's a chance he plays in this game, but it's slipped. So now you got one less guy scoring goals. This Boston team's turning things around. So I lean to an under here at the 6, but you got to go with the Boston team and the plus price in that matchup. And then looking at Pittsburgh heading into Seattle, I don't trust this Pittsburgh team. Sure, they had a nice couple of wins on this trip, but their last game, they got whooped. And I think the Seattle team's playing better at a coin flip price. I'll take the Kraken at home in that one. And then the other matinee one, you know where I'm going. I'm taking the Oilers. This Buffalo team, you got whooped by Calgary 5-2. You're not getting a win leaving Alberta in that one. We see Leon Draisaitl ripping it up. He's starting to shine. And when it's another game that you won't see McDavid, but it's one of those games that you see Leon just stepping up. The Oilers are stepping it up. And Skinner's getting the start in that one. So give me the Oilers. I'll lay the -2.5. I think they whoop it up. I think it's like Calgary did. 5-2. I think you get the same kind of similar beatdown there on the Buffalo team. That's hey, they've been out on the West Coast a little bit. They went to Vancouver, into Calgary. They've been traveling around. So give me the Oilers to take advantage in that matchup.
All right, let's continue here on the hockey. Here we'll cover the 707 and 737. 707s and 737s in this block. Devils at Canadiens. We've got the Devils here, $1.60, total of 6. Flames at the Wild. The Wild $1.52, total 5.5. Stars and Blues. We got the Stars $1.38, total 5.5. Lightning and Red Wings here. Lightning $1.33, total 6.5. LA Kings on the road against Columbus. We got LA $1.71, total of 6. Maple Leafs at Senators. We've got the Maple Leafs here $1.08, total 5.5. And at 7:37, we have the Hurricanes and Islanders here. Hurricanes $1.90, total 5.5.
Yeah, and look at Dallas heading into St. Louis for the first one I'm looking at. You look at this Blues team, rested, ready to go. This is a revenge spot, too, for this Blues team. Dallas got the win back December 14th. It was a 2-1 overtime win, so close game in that one. It should be the Smith getting the start for Dallas on that one. They're on the back-to-back. They got themselves a win last night against Vegas, held on late thanks to an Ottinger save that was out of this world. Vegas guy was about to pop it in, and all of a sudden Ottinger splashed the glove and scooped it out of midair, and Dallas held on to a 4-3 win there. So now they have to fly into St. Louis. Tough spot with the Smith in net. I like an under, low-scoring one, but give me the Blues to get their revenge in that matchup. And then another one I'm looking at here is give me Minnesota here. You look at Calgary; they got themselves a nice little win over Buffalo last time out. But this is a revenge game for Minnesota. Minnesota got a couple guys back from injury in their last game, and they got whooped. They've been shut out in the last game by Utah. It was a 4-0 loss for Minnesota because they injected a couple guys back in from injury. And then usually when teams do that, I like to fade hockey teams when they're injecting guys returning from the lineup with the injury, because it messes up the chemistry of what you're going. You have a line, and you guys are setting, and you guys all work together. And then when you throw a guy back in there that you haven't worked with for a couple of weeks, it takes a little bit to get you rolling again. And I think this is that spot that Minnesota rolls Calgary. It's a revenge spot because Calgary got a win earlier, 4-3 in a shootout. So give me the Minnesota Wild on the puck line to beat up on Calgary in that matchup.
There from Rod. All right, we'll continue here on the Tony S'more Show, guys. We're with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. Give us those those. You really help us out, build up our channel. And if you miss our show, you can always watch the archive back on our YouTube channel. Just hit the live tab. You can watch the archive. If you need help with some of the later games, go back and watch it again. And we have it archived. Great YouTube here. Immediately archiving our show on our YouTube channel. Of course, Rod's giving you his free picks. If you want his best stuff, guys, click the link in the description. That'll take you to TonySmith.com. You can see Rod's been on top of the leaderboard. Fantastic work last 7 days, 30 days, for the year. Pound in the bookie. So get on board with Rod. All right, let's close out the NHL here with the 10:07s tonight. Capitals at Canucks. We've got the Capitals $1.24, total 5.5. Predators at Ducks. Predators $1.80, total of 6. Panthers at Sharks. The Panthers $2.90 on the road, total of 6.
Yeah, and you look at these ones. Look at the Sharks. Poor Sharks. It's a big number for a reason. You look what the Sharks have done over the last 2 games. Well, they gave up 10 goals offensively over their last 2, and now you got a Florida team that they haven't been scoring a whole lot of goals, but defensively holding teams down. I think that's a tough spot for the Sharks. I think they get whooped. I like the Panthers on the puck line. Might even extend that out to the -2.5 in that one. And then I'm looking at Washington taking on Vancouver. I like Washington in this spot. Why? Because it's Logan Thompson goal. But guess what? The price is, why is that only $1.30? I don't know. It's that line is telling me everything I need to know. It's like, I like Washington, so it's a lean to Washington. I can't run them at the window on that one. It just looks kind of funny to me. Washington is playing the better hockey. It's not even close. So why is that almost a coin flip price? It doesn't. These aren't two teams going in completely opposite directions. And I don't know. It's one of those lines I've seen plenty of times in hockey. They're trying to bait you into Washington in that one. So I'm going to watch as a fan and cheer for Washington because, as I say, Logan Thompson is one of those guys that you just continue to bet on. But why does that line only $1.30? I don't know. It just, I think it should be more of $1.50, $1.60. They're that much the better team in that one. So give me lean Washington. And then, I'm going to take the Ducks. I'm not laying $1.90 with a Nashville team. Sure, you beat up on San Jose over your last couple games. You have picked it up and played some better hockey in that one. I'm going to lean to an under. I think we don't see as many goals because it's Dostal and goal for Anaheim. And Nashville looks like Saros getting the start there. So, as we've seen, Nashville will use up a whole pile of goals, 7 and 6. So, 13 goals in the last 2 games. You're not getting that against Dostal. So, lead to the under 6 and the Ducks in that matchup.
There from Rod. All right, we got you through here. This hockey segment, guys, as we said here with you every day here on the show, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Rod also hosts our happy hour show here, 5 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. So make sure you give it a look here. Of course, with all these injury reports, hockey goalies, late information, guys coming in sick. We saw that with John Morant. He came in sick. I'm not feeling good. So we know that stuff pops in. So tune in 5 p.m. time, Monday through Friday. Rod will have all and the capper, his capper guest will have all that late information, all those injury newses, goalies in and out, players in and out. So a lot of line moves. You can check it out here 5 p.m. time, Monday through Friday here on the Tony Six, on the happy hour show hosted by Rod here Monday through Friday on the channel. So make sure you like, subscribe, and check it out. Again, it's also archived. So you missed the start of the show or you missed part of it, go back and watch it again. And they're on the live tab over on our YouTube channel. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show. I don't think we'll have a hard time finding parlays today, like yesterday. So, Rod, what you got?
Hey, for me, I'm going to go college basketball parlay. I'm going to take Rice. It's a point. Just lay the money line. Providence, take the money line. And then, do I want to get beat over the head with a wet noodle again and try to catch it with Ole Miss and their late collapses in again for I get it. The line's 3. Give me Xavier, Rice, Providence, Xavier, all in the money line. Little 3-teamer there for you in college basketball.
All right, so I'll give the 3-teamer here in the NBA. Give me the Raptors here plus the points. Give me the Warriors here plus the 1.5. And then give me the Bucks plus the points there against the Clippers late night tonight on that 3-pack. All right, we got you through our parlay segment. Now it's time to see what Rod has for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. As we put up earlier, Rod is putting up some monster numbers this year, as he did last year. Last year had a fantastic 2024. You can verify that on our site. 2025, 2,462 units of profit. All documented over at Tony'sPicks.com. Rod, what do you got for sale?
And for me today, I've got a 5-pack in college basketball. Absolutely love that little 5-pack. I've got my NHL sniper play of the day. Of course, I've got some more college basketball sprinkled in there as well. So I believe I got 8 in there in college basketball to start the day. And then I've got 2 on the ice. Looking at, I'll have 1 NBA play as I go light on the NBA, but I found this one as we were going over them this morning. So I'll put in now one. It'll be my NBA drop and die play in there as well. So instead of having to buy all these passes, as we've alluded to, the best way is to go long-term. That way, still starting this 150 slate of college basketball action. We see something later on in the slate. It'll be one of those late Steve plays, and you'll get an email to you when you're aboard long-term. So hit the link in the description. Head on over to Tony's Picks and join me. Take advantage. 2-for-1 capper. Can't go wrong with that as well. That will get you aboard long-term, and you'll get those late info plays emailed right to you. So jump aboard long-term here at Tony's Picks. As you can see, we ended 2024 hot and continued it right here in 2025. The way to go is long-term. That way you don't miss on any of the plays I release, and you continue stacking the units with me as we've done to start 2025 and looking to continue that success all the way through 2025 this season. So I'm excited. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed with Rod over at Tony's Big. You see all the green here for Rod. Even last year, we're looking at 2024, 2025. We haven't got to baseball yet, but once we do, you'll probably see Rod in green. So you can see
some
the
more green there. Yeah, green.
Yeah,
Baseball's like
green.
hockey, right? You just it's like I find that money dogs. You got to find those money plus money spots, and it's the same as the NHL. You can have yourself a losing record. Look, 25 and 21, but look at the units you're up in the NHL. Why? Because your average line on a hockey game for me that I'm giving out is a plus money. I don't lay a whole lot of any juice in hockey plays. Can't do it.
And you can see Rod has been working to his strengths here. You can see the NHL, the volume. You can see the college basketball, the volume. NBA, Rod always said go light on the NBA, and that's what he's done.
And stayed ahead, stayed in the green in the NBA, right? Going light. I've made 20 plays this season. All I can see one a day at best. Some days I pass on the card completely. So definitely, you play to your strengths. That's what I've learned as over the years of doing this. Find the plays that you're good at and the ones that make you money, and that's what I've been doing.
Yep, guys. So get on board with Rod. You can see Rod has his one-day passes up here. Or if you want to go long-term, you get the long-term passes up there, 30-day, the 1 month as well, 1 year all sports pass. And Rod, of course, one of the features here at TonySmith.com on the long-term pass is the late steam plays that you release.
Yeah, definitely on those late steam plays. When you're bored long-term, if I find something late, we find that late info that the player's out or he's not going to be in this game. Sometimes it's just in the shoot around. All of a sudden, someone takes a ball off the finger, and all of a sudden they're out in that game. And then you can jump on their side and get that late info play with me. It'll get emailed right to you when you're aboard long term. It's one of the best things here at Tony's Picks that I have not seen on any other site doing this. So that's something exclusive to Tony's Picks. You want to be aboard long term here.
That's right. You get aboard with Rod over at Tony's Picks. Late steam plays available on all the long-term pass, or if you get the one-day passes, those are profit guaranteed, meaning they must earn a profit, or the amount purchased will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed. See, Rod's got the best bid up there for the one-day pass, the $19 promotional. So get on board with Rod and get signed up. Rod has been doing very well here over on the site. Promo code Tony T at checkout. We'll save you that 15% off. All right. Let's continue here. I've got a best bet on the board right now here from the NBA. Also got a 3-pack up there mixing NBA and college hoops. You can get on board with my 3-day pass. That'll cover the NFL for tomorrow and all the hoops here Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So that's a really great way to roll. Having a great year in the NFL this year. So get on board with me over at Tony's Picks. Use that promo code Tony T at checkout, and you'll save that 15% off. Multi-cap promotion. You can match me up with Rod or our 2 unit leaders, Rod and Sean. Put them together in a multi-cap promotion. That's a great way there. Way they've been rocking. Our 2 unit leaders, our unit leaders here for the year over at Tony's Picks, as we said right now, are both. We'll go and share this tab now. Is both Sean and Rod. So no better time to get on board with that multi-capper, matching both Rod and Sean there. As you can see, our unit leaders here for the year. I'm going to give also a little shout out to our man, Ron Hahn. I appreciate his work in the chat. We're probably going to include Ron and giving out, as we do our rundowns, he'll be giving picks out in the chat room. So we'll give a little shout out here to our man, Ron Hahn here. Appreciate his contributions here in the chat room. You can get on board with Ron over at Tony's Picks. You can see his earnings the last 30 days. Been hot in the NBA. And, of course, he's got a best bet on the board right now. Let him know, Sean. Let him know, Ron and Han, what you got going on over at Tony's Picks in the chat. So if you guys in the chat, you can read what he's got going on. So get on board with him over at Tony's Picks. It's Ron's been our man in the chat, stirring that conversation, getting his picks out there for you guys following it. Appreciate there. You can see the great results here from Ron over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, we got you through what we got going on here. Sale, Chris, over with you every day here, 9:30 a.m. Each time here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications so you'll be live with us. And I'm going to do that for the rest of the cappers. Some of you cappers that don't have the camera equipment, camera shy, but you want to get in the chat, give out your picks, we'll do the same for you too. So if you're watching the show or following it, you can't come on the camera, well, get in the chat, give out the picks, and we'll give you a holler. Sounds right.
Sounds right.
That's cool. I don't mind doing that. All right, guys. So tune in here with us 9:30 a.m. each time. Of course, we've got an on-demand content for you as well. So if you happen to go over to our channel, you'll see a lot of our cappers putting up videos up on the channel, going a little in depth over at TonySmith.com YouTube channel. So, Rod, what you got over on our YouTube channel on demand and your plans for the rest of the week?
Yeah, I've got you covered on all the hockey games over on the YouTube channel. So if you missed a hockey game or I didn't go over it here on the morning show, definitely go check out those archive videos. Got you covered on all the games over there. We got a little parlay video. Yeah, you want to check out. Absolutely love that little 3-teamer in the NHL. Going forward, have you covered in all the hockey and be on the lookout. Like I said, if I find a nice little college basketball parlay, I'll throw it up there for you too as well to get some more winners over there. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And don't forget, Monday to Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Join us for the happy hour. As I said, I apologize yesterday. Mother Nature has been angry. She's been angry all over the world so far. We've seen some pretty crazy weather stuff. It's snowing in Florida, and I got a nice 100-kilometer-an-hour blowing snow yesterday. Just wiped my internet out. I couldn't do a whole lot of anything. So apologize for that, but definitely I love the happy hour show. So tune in 5:30 p.m. Eastern for that Monday to Friday.
That's right. Tune into that, guys. We're with you here on the content with the happy hour. Rod and a lot of his handicapper guests getting you those picks. And of course, we're here with you live here on the Choice Morning Show, Monday through Friday, every day here on the Tony's Big Show, every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. All right, that's going to do it for the show. Rod, got anything to say before we close it out?
Hey, I appreciate everybody. And you know what? You look at Leon Draisaitl, he had himself a 3.9 last game. He got us a nice little plus 330 winner. I don't think he has as big of a game. I think he has himself a 2.9. Nice little plus price on that. Leon Draisaitl, 2-point game here again today versus Buffalo. I think they whoop it up on Buffalo as well. A little bonus play for you. Leon Draisaitl's been hot, so let's continue to ride him. Get him a 2-point game tonight. Well, it's afternoon because it's a matinee game. 4 p.m. Eastern is that game.
All right, for the matinee, that's going to do it for the show, guys. Appreciate everyone's contribution in the chat, and appreciate everybody here in the room with those thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. We're going to say goodbye to guys. You guys make it a winning Saturday. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony 6.